Hello and welcome to Podcraft, the podcast that takes place in Minecraft. Today I am talking about Artfight. If you're a participator, you may know that this year is Artfight's 10th anniversary, and because of that, rather than having 2 teams, they have 3, which I think is interesting, and I'm scared I'm just gonna lose twice as hard as I usually do. But anyways, I'm on Team Mystery, and I'm excited, because I mean, when you're seeing this episode, it's probably at the earliest, like late July, but I'm recording some of these episodes in advance, so I don't have to worry about recording and editing them when I could be attacking people, you know? So, at the time of recording this, you are hearing me from about a day or so before Artfight starts. So, yeah. When it comes to Artfight, I typically prioritize revenges, and then after that, any specific ideas I have that aren't tied into people I need to revenge, then those are next, and then after that is random attacks, but usually it's just revenges, because that takes up most of my time. I'm glad that even despite the fact that the user base grows every year, they've gradually become better and better with their downtime. I doubt there's going to be a point in time where the site doesn't crash on the first day, but it is getting better with like shorter and shorter downtimes, so that's cool. And because of that, I hope all of y'all who had plans have already saved reference sheets just to make sure that you can draw them even while it's crashed. Then again, you're gonna be seeing this late into July, so I don't know why I'm saying all this. I have, if I remember correctly, like 43 characters, though 2 of them are character pages that link to off-site places with other characters of mine, so I guess it's just 41, but still. A lot of those characters are actually new. Like, I'm pretty sure, except for those 2 character pages that lead off-site, there's, like, the entire second page is new characters, I'm pretty sure. And some of the bottom of the roster on the first page of characters that I have. And I'm excited to see how this year of Artfight treats them. I can't remember if I mentioned this, but this is my 3rd year on Artfight. I haven't won yet. My previous teams were Seafoam and Fossils. But I'm kind of hopeful. I mean, I heard that the creator of Homestuck is on Team Comedy, so that guy's probably gonna get bombed. So we might have a chance against Comedy, even despite its having the largest amount of users. But there's still Tragedy, which could get in the way of things, but oh well, it'll still be fun. It'll still be fun, I hope. And honestly, like, I don't really know which character of mine would be the most popular. I'd like to hope one of my new ones, because I mean they're fresh and I like them and they're cool. Maybe Coral, my Among Us OC, because the Among Us show has brought back a lot of popularity to Among Us, so that's a strong possibility for most popular attack character. But then I've also got a few characters who have lore attached to them, so if there's people who particularly enjoy making lore-related attacks, that's also a strong contender. But if I remember correctly from the last years, I think either Colette or the Amazing Digital Circus OC were the most popular. So those are also contenders for most attacks this year too, I guess. Especially since Colette got a new reference sheet. Also, sorry guys if you're hearing water in the background. My mom decided that now, in the middle of me recording, is a prime time to start doing stuff. I don't know. I like how they switched over Artfight's main coding thing from BB code to HTML because it really opened up the doors to possibilities of what you can do in Artfight. I mean, there's still a lot of crap that's blacklisted on Artfight that isn't blacklisted on Toy House, so certain HTML templates won't transfer well, but there's still like a lot of templates there on Toy House that you can now just copy and paste into Artfight and it'll work. I saw some people saying that they didn't like the switch and stuff, and it's like, I know that HTML is a bit more complicated to figure out, but like at least it's not crashing every 5 seconds like BB code was. I did make a funny little digital pin about it though, because I thought it'd be funny. My featured characters this year are my persona Pine, and then some characters of mine, Anastasia, Coral, Dog Kennel, and Foxpool. And now I'm just going to go down my list of characters and talk about them because I'm not really sure what else to say right this second. Okay, first there's Colette, who was made for a Minecraft SMP. She's an owl person, but she's secretly a shapeshifter who hides her shapeshifting abilities because she was raised to think that she was a monster because her adoptive parents adopted her to try and get out of a witch's deal, and the witch got mad at them and cursed her to become a shape-shifting goo monster thing. And so her adoptive parents hated her and kind of just neglected her growing up. This caused her to believe that her shape-shifting powers inherently made her monstrous, so she tried to hide them at all costs. But then she eventually met someone who she found out was also a shapeshifter and had friends and people that liked them, so it helped her start to become more comfortable within herself and try out new forms to see if she could really find an identity for herself, because for the longest time she had made herself look like an owl person, specifically of the colors of her adoptive parents, to try and mold a face that they would love, but it didn't work. But now she's trying out new forms. She's still an owl person, but a different kind of owl, and she's just trying to find her own identity and stuff. Then there's Raya the raccoon and her fox named Flash. She is pretty sure my first ever Five Nights at Freddy's OC, and sort of a Sona, but not really. I don't know how to explain it, but I finally, recently, actually took her out of the loreless void that she was once in, and am slowly but surely starting to build up an establishment for her. I haven't yet designed the restaurant, but its name is Raya's Roadhouse, and there's other animatronics in there too now, finally. There's Artie the Armadillo, Philia the Possum, and Dale the Deerhead. I'm still trying to figure out general personality and lore and stuff, but I'm thinking Raya will be kind of like the marionette in the sense of her relationship with the other animatronics. But yeah, we'll see. Then there's Sparrowleaf, my warrior cat Sona. She's introverted and struggles with body language, like tail signals and stuff. I mean, seriously, look at the Warrior Cat's wiki on tail signals. It can mean literally anything, pretty much. I don't even know how the other cats figure that out. But I kind of just use her as a stand-in for myself when drawing Warrior Cat's things sometimes. She wasn't originally designed by me, but recently I finally gave her a design for the other half of her body, because she was an adopt, and the original drawing of her only showed one side of her body, and I never really figured out what the other side should look like until recently. And I really like how her updated reference sheet looks. Also, I think I'm gonna have her be a Wind Clan cat, but I haven't really decided yet. Then there's Pine, my fursona. She is a Anthro Red Panda. Pine is basically me, but a red panda, and I use her to represent me in most, if not all, drawings online of like referencing myself, at least. and I made some team-based Artfight ref variations of her. So she has a few busts of her thematically applied to comedy, tragedy, and mystery, if y'all want to draw those instead of her normal appearance. Then there's this creepy dragon thing who I haven't really given a name. Its name is just a smiley face emoticon. It's a spooky Wings of Fire character, and the description I put for it just says, "It exists as a boogeyman among the Skywing tribe, the monster fabled to eat dragonettes who stray too far from their respect towards others. Many Skywings believe in its existence, but many more don't. To the believers, however, it is thought to be the result of a few too many bad interactions with an animus, causing the once normal Skywing to be mutated both mentally and physically until it was unrecognizable. Whether you're a believer or not, though, you can't deny the strange number of disappearances happening lately." Ooh. It's creepy, and it's based off of that one something bad will happen soon image. Then there's Peacock Spider, my Spider-Man Sona. Her costume is based off of Peacock Spider, obviously, and her powers sort of too, because she doesn't have webs, but she does have a super jump, so that's cool. She's also known as Spider-Woman in universe, but that's kind of boring, so Peacock Spider. Also, she's scared of spiders, so yeah. Then there's Eccentric, who's this weird anthro dog thing with a bunch of eyes, and I really like him. He's not that fleshed out, but I think he looks cool, and I think his face kind of reminds me of those older latex face animatronics, you know, where they're kind of weirdly wrinkly, but charming in an odd way. He also got a lot of teeth. Then I've got a couple dinosaurs, Spark and Ghost. They are raptor hybrids, like hybrids of it's like a Jurassic Park kind of situation, where it's just a bunch of different raptor DNA mixed together, and these dinosaurs were brought back from extinction and all that. It's an old story that I wrote a while ago, and I haven't written in for years, and I really need to just, like, start writing it again, because it was a pretty decent story. They've got some lore, one of them's a cyborg, and their story's not finished, but yeah. Then there's Bite, B-Y-T-E, who is an anthro-bearded vulture, and is kind of my mascot, as I'm sure you probably know, because she's my profile picture here on YouTube. She's a shapeshifter, sorta, the extent of which I haven't really decided, but she can change her hands between, like, feather fingers, like normal fingers with claws, and flight-capable wings. But that's about all I've decided so far. Then there's Bzorp, who is a Regretivator OC, he's a Narpian, and used to work under Narpi, but then was like, hey, you're doing bad crap, and this isn't cool. So Narpi kicked her out onto Earth and stuff. And also, he was injured by a stray laser blast during battle, so now half of his eyes are blinded. Then there's Nuri, who is my Pokesona / Pokemon OC, I don't know. She's an Axew, and I think she looks pretty cool. In her base form, she's in a Pokemon Mystery Dungeon AU with some of my friends' Pokemon characters. Her moves are Crunch, Protect, Breaking Swipe, and Dragon Pulse. And her ability is Mold Breaker. Then there is Foxpool, who I made because I saw that there was a canon furry Deadpool design, and I thought it was really inaccurate for that he had fur because of the, the cancer and all that crap. So I made my own furry Deadpool design, and then I kind of just lost my mind and made a whole furry Marvel Universe, which is one of the two aforementioned character pages that links off-site. Then there's Cicada Stem, who's another Warrior Cats character of mine. They are stubborn, intelligent when they try to be, talkative, and a bit energetic. And they used to be a daylight warrior, but their owner died shortly before SkyClan moved to the lake, so he became a full-on warrior. Her kitty pet name was just Cicada. Then there's Wolverine, who's pretty self-explanatory. He's the Wolverine for the furry Marvel universe that Foxpool is part of. Then there's Mary, who is a fan character for this webcomic I like called Dark Carnival. She is a demon hunter, and she became a demon hunter because when she was a kid, her best friend got possessed by a demon and then almost killed her and then ran off in her friend's body. And her older cousin happened to just be a demon hunter, so he trained her to become a demon hunter. And then she eventually found and saved her best friend after 12 years. I've recently given Mary a new reference sheet, so that's cool. Her and her best friend now hunt demons together, so that's also cool. Then there's Mime, who's my The Amazing Digital Circus character. I've since given them a new reference sheet since last Artfight, so they look more like their own character now and not just a weird reskinning of Pomni. They're a bit shy and jumpy, but they're a quick thinker. Then there's Jasper, who is a Sonic character. I haven't really done much with them, but they look kind of cool in my opinion. They're a frilled lizard. Then there's Rogue, who is an anthro dog and is a singer and bassist. And she also has a character variation that I made for a Minecraft SMP, who is in a toxic situationship with another character, so that's fun. Then there's Cataclysm, who is this creepy body horror monster thing that I kind of intend to be like a Trevor Henderson-esque creature, if you know what I'm talking about. And the story behind it is that it was just some weird hybrid made by a lab that ended up, like, killing all the scientists or whatever and escaping. Then there's Laszlo, who is an anthro rabbit, and they're kind of like toony style, like old cartoons, I mean. And they store my political rage, so that's fun. And they have a beef with Mickey Mouse. Then there's Agent Tennessee and Psy, who are my Red vs. Blue OCs. I haven't done much with them yet, but I think they're kind of cool. Then there's Jimmy, who was a joke character. They are a Wings of Fire character. They're an all-wing. He has 100 billion children, is an animus, and they have mind reading and foresight and fire scales, and I assume the venom fangs and the tail stinger. Very, very overpowered, intentionally overpowered because they're kind of a joke character, but I like them. And there's Cave Spider, aka Charlotte, who is a Minecraft spider person. And I'm not going to go too much into her lore, because there are videos on this channel of the lore. And it's still a work in progress, and I don't really want to give too much away. But yeah, she's fun. And I really like her design and her story and stuff. And she even has her own theme music that was put together by someone in a Discord server I'm in, so that's cool. Then there's Calico, full name being Calico Cat's Eye Amber, who is a Steven Universe character. She's cat-like, obviously, and has cat-like abilities and mannerisms to an extent. She's adventurous and relatively laid back, but will also very much blackmail you if you happen to say something within earshot that your higher up would not want to hear. Then there's King Elytron, who is a My Little Pony character. He is a changeling. and was the father of the changelings birthed by Queen Chrysalis. And nowadays he rules over a town, and all the citizens are on a contractual agreement and stuff to allow him to feed off their love occasionally and stuff, because he finds it's easier that way, because he doesn't have to chase them and waste energy on chasing them, and therefore he doesn't have to feed as often and stuff. So it's efficient. And in exchange for that, he gives them protection and necessities and stuff. Then there's Carpool, who's Deadpool, but a Transformer. Enough said. Then I've got Rex on here, my real-life pet dog, my little guy. I love him so much. He's my little guy. And, yeah, if you didn't know about Rex, he is a German Shepherd mix, but he just looks like a German Shepherd. And yeah, he's very cute, and I love him. Then there's Craig the reverse vampire. I was having a conversation with my dad one day, and I just thought of this and thought it would be hilarious. I basically made him to be the opposite of what cliche like the typical vampire is, because you think vampires, you think, oh, tall, skinny, creepy, but no, he's not like that. And he also survives off of garlic rather than blood. He's a garlic farmer. Then I have Blue, who is a Date Everything character. He's a fursuit. I designed them off of what I thought, like, the most basic kind of persona design would be. Then I have Harmless Dove Girl, who was made as a joke in response to that Dangerous Crow Boy meme thing that went around on TikTok a while back. And yeah, she makes, her whole thing is she makes plastic, and it's not allowed, so she's a criminal. Then there's Sav, who is an Anthro-Smilodon Antelope Donkey hybrid. They look pretty cool. I really like their design. I haven't really fleshed them out much, but yeah. Then there's Ryder, who is my Roblox/Polytoria avatar. And not a lot to say about them in their base forms, but I got a lot of alternate universe designs for them that have their own respective lore and designs. Then there's Simon Fleischer. I don't know if I pronounced that last name right. And if it isn't obvious, he was based off of Simon from the Iron Lung movie. He is a dog/pelican eel hybrid, and I made him for a roleplay thing that never really got off the ground. But anyways, he suffered from a lot of racism and stuff because he's a hybrid, and then he ended up becoming a mercenary because that's the only job he could really think to find with his skill set, because he had blood manipulation powers and stuff, so it was pretty easy to kill people with that. Then there's Death, who is a character I literally dreamt up. It was a weird dream I had back in February, and I don't know what this creature is. It's like a weird cat thing? I don't know. I don't know how to describe it, but anyways, yeah, in my dream it killed someone. Yeah, that's it. I don't know. Then there's Varamir, who is a fish guy. Still trying to figure them out as a character. But he has a younger sister too, so that's cool. And I really like how he looks. He's cool. And also, there's my dad, my mom, and I's Podcraft forms on Artfight too, so that's cool if you want to attack us. Then there's Dog Kennel, who is a Plants vs. Zombies character. It's a plant, and it's based off the real plant called Dog Fennel. Its behavior is similar to a chomper, but it's ranged, but it can't eat as many zombie types as the chomper can. Then there's Anastasia, who is my fan child of the Pumpkin Rabbit and the Witch Sheep from the Mysterious House series. And as I'm sure fans may know, they would not be good parents. So Anastasia's a little messed up. She's a child murderer too, obviously. They raised her to be that, and she was also kind of neglected and abused and stuff. I really like her design, and I hope a lot of people attack her this art fight and make creepy art of her, because that would be really cool. Then there's Coral, who is my Among Us character, who as a crewmate would be an engineer, and as an imposter would be a viper, because it's a joke, because like coral snakes, get it? It's funny. Ha 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 ha. Then after that, it's just the 2 character pages that link off-site, one to my toy house and the other to my furry Marvel universe. But yeah, I'm excited for this year's art fight, and I hope you all have fun, and I hope I have fun too. And I apologize if you guys heard any weird sounds in the background and stuff. I don't know what my parents are doing. They're working on stuff, I guess. Even, like, I don't know. But I hope you enjoyed, and see you soon, I guess.